this time.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Penrose Physical Therapy, and I just want to show you a little bit of what concussion rehab looks like. So we have one of our therapists working with a patient, and they're going to be working on some visual tracking things. So after a concussion, one of the early things you can start to do to help with the brain to kind of heal is doing some visual tracking. And so you're just going to watch what they're doing.
For this test, I want you to keep your head still and bounce your eyes back and forth between my fingertips.
So a lot of times this amount of stimulation is tolerated really well early on, and getting those visual pathways going can help that brain heal a little bit faster. So just so you have an idea of what that looks like when in terms of early stages of concussion rehab. So go ahead and move on to the next.
Did you have any symptoms with that?
No.
Okay, good. Next one, let's turn your chair around. Face the wall behind you. Can you see the maze okay? I want you to put the laser on your head.
So this they're going to be doing where they're tracing a maze with a laser light, and this is a little bit of getting some cervical motion back. 'Cause a lot of times after a concussion, there's some injury to the neck. So there's a little bit of neck movement required. There's also some visual tracking going on as well, and it's a little harder than it seems. So we definitely look at the neck and how it moves and what kind of rehab component that would be during concussion, but this is something that often is used. All right, and then we're going to move on to some balance. So with concussion, that is something that often is affected. So definitely some balance activities. So it can be on solid ground. In this situation, she's on a foam pad, so this will throw off her balance a little bit more.
Okay, I'm going to have you stand on your right foot only. Lift up your left foot. Feeling okay there so far? Now I want you to count backwards from 21 by threes.
So having them do a dual task where you're cognitively having to do something, like counting backwards or doing some math problems at the same time that you're doing a physical task, obviously that's a little bit more demand on the brain. So if any of these things increase the athlete's symptoms, then we need to go down to something that's a little easier where there's not as much demand on the brain. So we try to incorporate some cognitive abilities like the math or counting backwards in addition to a physical task, and that's what's kind of called dual tasking. So hopefully with just kind of seeing a few things, you have an idea of what concussion rehab can look like, and it would get progressively harder. We also look at aerobic conditioning and your heart rate and if your symptoms come on. So we definitely assign things early on and just keep progressing each step of the way to get you back.